See these illegal workers get caught red-handed on Border Force UK.
This team raids 150 takeaways every year in the search for immigration offenders. Tonight they're visiting a kebab shop.
Good evening, fellas. Immigration. We've got a warrant to come in.
Downstairs, Officer Collins begins to question a man he found in the kitchen.
Nationality. Where are you from?
I am from Turkey.
Turkey. Where are you living? Upstairs.
Abi,
Is he sleeping upstairs? Is he living upstairs in the flat? Are you here on a work permit?
What permit?
You got in your passport. What have you got? Okay, wait there.
Can I take?
Yeah, 1 second. He's got a passport upstairs there as well.
Officers have found the passport they've been looking for.
Looks like you.
Basically, he's presented us with a Turkish passport. He's got a visit visa in it, visit student, but the visa clearly states no work or recourse to public funds.
This student won't admit he's been working, but officers spot the kebab shop has CCTV.
Just see this gentleman here serving a customer. He's saying he's not working here.
Red T-shirt, gentleman working with red T-shirt. That's you, serving a customer.
We've got documentary evidence there that he's actually working. So he's working in breach of his conditions of his stay. I am now going to arrest him for working in breach, okay?
With the video evidence showing he works there, the student from Turkey is arrested and transferred to an immigration removal centre before being deported.
Step down, straight to the front.
Evening. Hello, miss. I'm from the UK Border Agency.
The team want to make sure each person in the restaurant is entitled to work in the UK. Even though the student can remember little about his studies, he's in the clear. He's provided a receipt for his tuition fees and proof that he's renting a flat near his college in London. But the team haven't finished at the takeaway just yet. In a passageway next to the kitchen, one of the officers has made an interesting discovery.
Showing you, just walking past, chair in front of what looks like a wall, move the chair out of the way, give the wall a push, and we've got a hidden bedroom. Obviously somebody's sleeping, well, living in here, telly, bed, clothing, etc. Quite well hidden. You could quite easily walk past it and not see that there's a room here. Makes you think that obviously the person that's in here wants to remain hidden from anybody visiting the premises.
Next, the spotlight will be on the man found working in the kitchen. The man, who says he's an asylum seeker, claims he's just here as a guest of his friends and helping out a little in return.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
He has a letter from the Home Office about his asylum claim, which he keeps in his room.
What's this? Secret.
The hidden cubbyhole next to the kitchen. He claims the letter confirms he has permission to work. Officer Flaherty spots a second letter the man is less keen to hand over.
You are not allowed to work.
Yeah, not working. I know, not working.
Okay, right.
I only come here and I pay for.
But in place of getting paid, you're given food and board. So it's work. Still work. You're under arrest. You shouldn't be working, you shouldn't be in the country. Okay, man, your head. Go to the front.
After being interviewed, the man is released on bail. The owner of the takeaway will be fined up to £10,000 for employing an illegal worker.
In the Isle of Wight, the enforcement team is on the move again. This time they've been tipped off that a hotel is employing illegal workers.
We've got a warrant for the premises. Is it possible to speak to the manager? Hi, it's immigration. If you'd like to step that way, we're going to have a word with you. Do you speak English? Hi there.
You work here? Oh, you work here, don't you? Yes. Can you come downstairs and speak to us? From immigration, we're speaking to everybody on the premises.
The team find 5 workers. 2 of them from Swaziland, who have been in the country longer than they should have.
Your visa ran in November 07.
07.
07.
Yeah.
It's 2008 now.
Yeah.
Where is it you're studying?
I'm studying here
Where are you studying?
in London. Usually
In London?
Yeah.
And where are we now?
I'm very far.
On the Isle of Wight. So how are you studying in London? Pardon? You used to go there sometimes. Are you studying in London now?
At the moment, I'm not in London.
You know you're not in London, no. Okay. We haven't got any record of either of your new applications. 2 overstayers. They should have left the UK last year and the year before, actually. So they've overstayed, they're leaving the UK, and we will be looking to remove them back to Swaziland.
The hotel is run by a husband and wife team. But the wife is away and has the key to the office safe, where one worker claims her documents are locked away.
And yes. What's your name? Okay. Can you spell that for me? Violet.
Violet.
You're living on the premises here? Okay, so you've got a room upstairs, have you? Yeah. So is your passport in your room?
No.
So the manager's got it. Have you got any other form of identification?
Everything is in the office.
In the rooms?
No, in the office.
In the office? All right. So have you lived in Russia before?
Yeah, not quite easy.
Right. Have you ever had a Russian passport? No? You weren't born in Russia or anything?
Huh?
You weren't born in Russia?
My mom, it's...
Your mum's Russian, but you're Lithuanian.
Lithuanians are part of the accession state, so are entitled under certain circumstances to work and reside in the UK, exercise treaty rights. Russians are not. Russians are still a nationality that require permission to be in the UK and permission to work.
The officers need proof the woman is Lithuanian. She says her documents are in the safe, so they go to check her room. She doesn't seem to have a key to that either.
Oh, so this is your room, is it?
Yeah.
So where's the key?
It's in the office. It was on this board with one small teddy bear and the key stick. So I don't know. No,
it's on the big bunch of keys?
And this board, it was in the office.
Yeah. On the big bunch?
And that big board.
On the board?
Wait, there is one big board like
okay,
that.
And it's not there now?
So there is no, I don't know, maybe someone take it.
Okay, wonderful. Let's go back.
She's telling us that all her documents are in the safe. We can't access the safe. There's the issue of the lost key, which just seems a little too convenient when you tie it in with the whole nationality issue. So they're going to get into her room. We can't find the key. We've given her lots of opportunities to give us the key. We can't find it, so they're going to make a forced entry into the room, see if there's anything in the room that might establish either way. At the moment, that's the problem, is we can't establish one way or the other.
Stand on my bridge! Immigration!
There you go then. Coming in. Okay, we'll take your whole wallet actually. Have you got anything else in here
What about?
that might prove who you are?
Yeah, I'll show this account letters.
Okay. You haven't got a photocopy of your passport anyway?
Photocopies?
Yeah.
It's all photocopies they make for me and we take in the office. This is my sister.
Right, so that's all in the office as well. You've definitely got nothing else in here. You see, unfortunately, Violetta, if we can't prove who you are, you might have to come to the police station with us. Go on, there you go. We'll go back round the front. You can't prove to us who you are. Okay, so we can't prove you're Lithuanian. So I'm going to arrest you on suspicion of illegal entry, and we're going to go to the police station. Okay, you don't need to get upset. Okay.
No, but for what?
We can't prove 100% that you're Lithuanian. Okay. So we're going to arrest you now and take you to the police station, and we're going to sort it out there, where we can sort it out much easier. So I'm going to arrest you now on suspicion of illegal entry.
So good to go there.
She seems quite sincere, but there's too many cases where we come across, you know, they've been sincere and it's not the case. I mean, you need hard proof. You can't go on your feelings, really, unfortunately.
The woman is the 4th member of staff arrested. As the officers search her room more thoroughly, they find a Lithuanian passport after all. But it's not hers.
We've made a search, we've located a Lithuanian passport that's actually been reported stolen or lost in 2004.
The team also finds her genuine passport, proving she's from Moldova, which is not in the European Union.
That's the Moldovan passport. The Moldovan passport's actually expired now.
In the Isle of Wight, the woman who claimed to be Lithuanian is starting to come clean about her background.
She said, my name is not Violetta, it's actually Natalia.
She came out with the details, which we'd already ascertained from a Moldovan passport, which we suspected was her, and she just confirmed that.
Whereabouts were you born?
Moldova.
She's told us that she doesn't want to go back to Moldova, and the reason she's come over is because somebody was hurting her over there. She's obviously very, very upset about the whole situation. So we'll treat her nicely, we'll have a chat with her in a minute, and look to remove her back to Moldova.
I'm very sorry because I did lie to you. It's right.
Let's get your tissue.
She's a sweet lady, actually, so you've just got to sort of detach yourself from it, really. At the end of the day, she's still an offender, just like everybody else who we come across. So we've got to treat her as such. Can't make any special allowances, unfortunately.
The woman will be sent back to Moldova. 2 workers are removed to their homelands, Swaziland and India. A 4th is given temporary release while a claim she is making about her human rights is decided.
Give me a call at any stage.
The hotel is fined £10,000.
Hi there, guys. From immigration, you want to put everything down for us, please? Make your way out here. Make your way out. Oh, there.
The team fined 5 workers and the owner of the restaurant. An employer must make checks on his staff to ensure they are allowed to work in the UK. He can be fined up to £10,000 for each illegal worker found on his premises. First to be questioned about his immigration status is the waiter. The scam of coming into the UK as a tourist and staying on to work has given this man up to 4 years of illegal employment.
We're going this way, but you're going to do what we tell you to do, okay? Because what you must understand now is you're arrested, okay? Right?
Sorry about that.
For this Indian man found in the kitchen, an encounter with immigration while at work is nothing new.
This gentleman here was actually encountered by myself on a previous visit to a restaurant on the opposite side of Glasgow. Here we found him yet again working illegally.
And this worker has also recently been arrested by the team, and he too was released on bail and told not to work.
No more working. Okay?
Yes.
Time for you to go. Kilo Mike, that's Parveen Kumar off the premises.
Okay, off you go. Don't come back here. Okay? So you're not permitted to work. Okay? Off you go.
The team have found 4 illegal immigrants at the restaurant. They do not believe the owner's excuses and serve him notice that he could be fined up to £40,000. It's 11 p.m. in Swansea, and the Wales enforcement team are preparing a surprise raid on a Chinese takeaway. Immigration officers Heary and Williams will lead the questioning of any suspected illegal immigrants found working here.
Hello, immigration.
Officers immediately find 3 Chinese nationals in the kitchen.
One child upstairs asleep, yeah? Okay, we're going to go.
It is reported that the UK is the #1 destination in Europe for asylum seekers from China.
Child is in here? Just the child, or?
Child and one lady.
Hello, immigration. Do you speak English? No. Do you have passport?
A 4th person is found in a bedroom.
What does she need?
Officer Williams takes over.
Tell her not to worry. Does she want to sit down for a minute? You sit down. I need something for this lady, some identification, some papers, or her passport, or something. She doesn't have anything, okay. Is this your baby?
Yeah, my baby.
Okay. Is she okay there, sleeping? Okay. If we go downstairs, we'll talk away from the baby, okay? So if you ask the lady if she'll come down with us downstairs.
4 people and a baby have been found at the takeaway. Home Office records show this woman is a failed asylum seeker from China who came to Britain in 2004. She disappeared when her application to stay was refused. Now she's pregnant, has a child, and runs a business that is suspected of employing other illegal immigrants. One of the men found in the kitchen admits he entered the UK illegally.
Since he came in 2000, has he made any applications to the Home Office?
No, he's scared.
Did he provide any documents to the lady to say that he had permission to work in this country?
他说你来打工的时候有没有给老板看，就是你有，he's her husband.
They're husband and wife, are they?
Yeah. 是吧？Yeah.
I believe it's husband and wife. These two.
Can you establish who the boss is?
Since he's married to the owner and they have a child together, this case becomes a little more complicated.
There is the matter now that he's got a child in the UK as well. But that, doesn't take away the fact that he has come into the country illegally.
The UK border agency try to avoid splitting up families, so it's unlikely that he'll be arrested tonight. Questioning now moves on to another man. He's told Officer Heary that he's 18 and works in the kitchen.
How long has he worked here?
你在这上班多久了？1个月。1 month。没有钱哈 ，don't get paid.
Doesn't get paid.
没有，但是我是他表弟了。
This is her cousin.
Cousin.
Yeah.
How did he actually come into the country?
那你来的时候是怎么来的？坐飞机、坐船还是怎么着？I didn't know somebody basically brought him in. He came in with somebody.
He was brought in by
Yeah,
somebody.
yeah.
Does he want to go back to China?
他问你想不想回到中国去呢 ？No.
He says that he was brought in by an agent, probably somebody who's paid several £1,000s to bring him in. He says he flew into the country, into the airport, travelled with the agent and walked through immigration control. Can you explain to the gentleman then, I'm now going to arrest him on suspicion of illegal entry, okay? If you can just explain that to him.
不是，你就待在警察局了，他们明天会到警察局来见你，跟你谈话。
You go upstairs with him now, yeah?
你现在就跟他一块去吧。
Officers search for proof of identity and find a copy of a national insurance card.
Was that his bag there?
住在这边的，有的东西也有钱，以前住在这边的人。
Okay, so some of the stuff here is belongs to a private person.
The documents are not his. The team often find ID from other people as many work for short periods before moving on.
Once they're detected, they either get removed or placed in detention, and then what you'll find is this place will then be reoccupied by somebody else doing exactly the same thing.
So far, a failed asylum seeker from China has been found employing her partner and cousin. But there's still the matter of the woman found upstairs.
Tell her not to worry. Tell her don't worry.
The officers will have to find out who she is and why she's here.
Does she work here in the UK then in the restaurant?
Look after the child.
She looks after the children, so she child minds.
Yeah.
Yeah. And who is her boss?
那是那个谁雇佣你呢？就是他哈。Yeah. This lady.
Okay. How much do you get paid for looking after the child?
那工资是多少呢？100 pounds a week.
How did she enter the UK?
问你是怎么来的
Sorry, we'll check on that now, okay?
Come with gang master.
A gang master.
Yeah. She said she paid a lot of money to the gang master to help her come here.
Okay, how much did she pay?
她说你付了多少钱呢？30万哈，300,000 yuan.
300,000 yen.
Yeah.
Okay.
She says she was smuggled into Britain by Chinese gang masters. It cost her £25,000.
A gangmaster is somebody who's really trafficked people in here to the UK. She could be the victim of abuse, she could be exploited, you know, so we need to find that out now. Can you ask her, is there any reason why she can't go home to China?
他说问你有什么原因，就是说你不能回到中国去吗？
因为我上次来欠人家很多的钱。
So she borrowed money from people.
Okay.
And now if she would go back at this moment, she wouldn't have any money to pay of the debt.
Okay.
Then she.
So she's in debt?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
As the team decides what to do, the childminder's health takes a turn for the worse.
Yeah.
She has a heart problem.
Yeah, heart problem.
Okay.
Tell her, don't worry, she's not in any trouble. She's worried because she hasn't seen anybody like us before, so she's certainly very worried about what's going to happen next. If she'd like to come upstairs, she can get her medicine. This is her medication she's given to me.
Yes, that's the medicine for her
yes.
heart problem.
But at the moment, I can't allow her to take anything, okay?
The childminder is in breach of immigration law, but concerns for her health come before any arrest.
This lady's potentially ill. She says she hasn't been seen by a GP, and we don't want to take her in the car. And she may have a heart attack or something, you know. We don't want to put her at risk at all. But we have to maintain the UK laws as well. Based on what she told me downstairs, that she came into the UK with no passport, then that means that she entered the UK illegally. So I'm now going to arrest her on suspicion of illegal entry into the UK. Okay.
他说那么也是一样的，他也得就是说拘留你。
Tell her she doesn't have to say anything, but it may harm her defence if she does not mention when questioned something she later relies on in court. Anything she does say may be given in evidence.
他就是说你也是就是说可以保持沉默的。
Okay, now sit down. You sit down a moment.
She said that she's going to get her clothes.
Okay. No, if you tell her to sit down, and we're not going anywhere for a moment. My colleague and I will have a look in the room to see if we can find any identification documents for her. Okay.
那你刚才是说那个你的包在那里是吗？
She's moved around a bit. There's some documents for London and for Bristol here. Your children?
Yeah, her daughter.
And 2 children there.
A decision is taken to arrest the childminder. Her employers are not detained because the woman is pregnant and families with young children cannot be taken into police custody.
Okay. Does she need a glass of water or something?
要不要喝点水啊之类的？
No. Okay.
The childminder is taken to a local police station for further questioning, along with the cousin of the owner who was found working in the kitchen. Although she's escaped arrest tonight, the owner could still face a fine of up to £40,000, £10,000 for every illegal worker. She is now in the process of reapplying to stay in Britain with her partner and their child. A decision is yet to be made on their case. In a later interview, the kitchen worker admitted to being 17. He was brought into the country by a female agent with fake documents. He's been bailed and is now reporting to the police regularly while steps are taken to remove him back to China. At the police station, the childminder complained of a heart problem. She was bailed for a week. She didn't return. Her employers said she had gone to London to claim asylum. No claim has yet been made. At a Chinese takeaway in South Wales, 2 out of 5 workers have been arrested after trying to escape the enforcement team. The manager who employed them has been a British citizen for over 20 years.
You got naturalised in the 80s.
He decides to help Officer Collins question the remaining workers.
You're a boss, you're an employer. you have any documents to say that she can work here? Just so you can... You haven't got a copy. What's her immigration status?
Well, she was asylum seeker.
She's an asylum seeker, so she's claimed asylum.
Yeah.
What's the outcome of that asylum claim?
She's allowed to work.
Allowed to work.
So she's still waiting for a solicitor.
She's waiting for the solicitor, but she hasn't been granted yet then, has she? So you told me that she was allowed to work, so you've seen documentation saying she hasn't worked, but you can't have. She's just said she hasn't been granted.
Although she's told her manager she's an asylum seeker, he still believes he's seen paperwork that proves she can work. He'll need to find the documents to prove this, or could face a £10,000 fine.
So it's not there?
Not there, no. I thought I had it.
Okay.
It's not there.
He can't find the documents he needs. And next door, all that turns up is a driving licence.
All right, that's fine. Like you said, we'll take this down, and then we'll just confirm your details, okay?
Downstairs, Officer Collins checks the woman's details on the Home Office database. Her immigration history is extensive. She's had 3 applications to stay in Britain since 1996. They've all been refused. She now has a 4th application in the system for her and her child. Until she gets a decision, she's not supposed to work and must report to the local police station every month.
Driving licence upstairs.
She can't work then.
Child.
The manager of the takeaway is fined £20,000 for employing 3 illegal workers. The 2 kitchen workers who tried to escape are taken to a local police station. After further questioning, they were released and asked to report to the police station twice a week. So far, they are complying.
Let's go, everyone. Guys, can you come down here, please? Down you come.
A sweep through the whole shop turns up 10 butchers for the team to check out.
Sir, can you stand over here for me? Right, we're checking everyone. I've spoken to the manager. He doesn't have any photocopies of documents, Home Office papers, only pay as you earn, which is no good to us. So we're going to have to do the whole shebang.
Your visa, how long was it for?
6 months.
6 months. When did you get the visa?
5 years before.
5 years ago. So you've overstayed 4.5 years? Yeah? Right, Mohammed. Right, did you get the visa yourself?
No, one agent.
You come by an agent. He's admitted entering the UK 5 years ago using somebody else's passport with his photograph on it in it. He's since not approached the Home Office to sort his stay out. So I'm going to now interview him with the assistance of my colleague who speaks the language, and we'll take it from there.
I don't believe what you've told me, okay? The Home Office checks have come back and there's no trace of you being issued a visa, okay?
Do you understand that you've entered the UK illegally?
Yeah, he understands that he's entered illegally and he's currently living here illegally.
What you've told me from this interview, okay, I'm going to have to arrest you for entering the UK illegally.
We have arrested 5 people so far. As far as I'm aware, they've all been arrested for overstaying their visas. They've all come on holiday visas. 9 times out of 10, they turn up at the airport, they say they're here for a holiday, they produce a return ticket, they get a job and they don't go home. That's why they've been arrested today. Those of them that have passports, we will aim to put them into a detention centre and remove back to Pakistan in the next 72 hours, hopefully.
Now the team's attention turns to the manager.
Have you made any application on his behalf to stay in the UK?
Not recently.
But you told him you would do, that's why he's overstayed. You said you were going to help him, but you haven't done. Why haven't you?
Are you running some kind of immigration advisory thing? Well, this gentleman has given you his passport and you said you'd make an application.
He's just told us the boss of the shop told him not to go back to Pakistan, and that he's going to sort his work permit out. When we just spoken to the boss, he said he's got his passport, but he hasn't done anything about it. So the poor guy here has been given the wrong advice, and that's why he's been arrested now for overstay.
Mr. Ahmed, can you please terminate that call, please? Right, okay. I need the documents for the people that you're... The documents of the people downstairs.
Okay,
Things aren't looking good for you at the moment, okay? I'm going to serve you a fine of £50,000. Now, if you have that kind of money to throw away, then You know, you've got basically you're going to have to prove that you've done all the relevant immigration checks to employ these people legally. And from what I've seen at the moment, you don't have that. All right, so you're going to have to contact your solicitor.
Yes, bringing 2 prisoners out.
With the arrest of a 6th illegal worker, the manager could have another £10,000 added to his fine. But 5 of the detainees don't have passports, which the team needs to remove them from the country. They have no choice but to grant them temporary release.
Right. Also be aware, you're not allowed to work. No more working. You understand? Right? You're not allowed to work. We've got no detention space at all, which is a normal case. So the decision was made to release him to sign on at our office on a weekly basis until his application's decided.
Out of the 7 that are arrested today, 5 have been given temporary release to Beckett House, which is an equivalent of kind of like a police bail. Another 2 are being detained to be removed back to Pakistan, and we're going on to do a house search for one of them now.
This worker has told the officers he does have a passport and is at home.
Anyone in? Is this one yours?
Yeah,
okay.
Your passport's in there.
He hasn't told them his home is
Have
crawling
you got the
with
key?
cockroaches.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's walking in the whole place.
Bingo.
I can't have...
No, the whole floor's moving. No.
Oh, the roaches everywhere. In fact, I'm going to take my trousers in my boot. Got his passport. Here he is, the guy that was arrested. And his holiday or visit visa, which expired 28th of February 2007. It's time for him to go home now.
The 2 detained illegal workers are later given temporary release until their removal from Britain can be confirmed. 4 of the 5 released on the street did not comply with reporting conditions. They have been circulated as absconders on the police national computer. The owner of the butchers was fined £25,000.
In Hampshire, Officer Simone Shepherd and her enforcement team have one more surprise visit to make before the day is over.
Off we go. Yep.
They have intelligence that a pizza shop in Southampton is employing illegal workers. Officers make sure no one uses the roof as a way of escape.
Yeah, all clear. Doesn't appear to be anybody at the back at the moment.
In the shop, the manager and one employee are happy to admit they work there. But there's a third man in the kitchen, and the boss is quick to make excuses for him.
Yeah, just wash your hands.
I know, but he needs to come out now. All right.
The sink he's washing his hands in is full of meat, so the team want to know if he's entitled to work in the UK.
The last 3 years, I lived in this country about 5 years.
But when did you claim asylum?
2004.
2004. Okay, well, so hopefully we can check all this out, so bear with me.
The man is from Afghanistan and claims to be legitimately in the UK as an asylum seeker.
Yeah. The last 3 years, have you got just a number?
Passport number?
Yeah.
Yep. Last year, sir.
The second worker is carrying a record of his passport number.
That address you've got there.
It confirms he is a naturalised British citizen. The manager's passport is in a room above the shop. It has a valid visa which confirms he has indefinite leave to remain in the UK.
Let's take you back downstairs.
This is not the first time the team have visited shops on this street. Their presence doesn't go unnoticed, and a crowd is gathering.
Access to employment record.
I mean, we've been here now probably about 4 times, and every time we've come, we've made an arrest in the block. And I don't think today's going to be any different.
Just have a seat there for us.
If the man with his hands in the sink is in the UK illegally, his employer could face a fine of up to £10,000. This might explain why the manager is sticking to his story.
He just washed his hand.
No, there was meat in the sink as well.
No.
Why was he washing his hands then?
You told me earlier he was working here. He's not working, yeah?
Why are you changing your story now?
A colleague of mine actually witnessed him washing meat in the kitchen area. The person who's been arrested.
He's just
No, he's actually been seen washing meat.
He's just washing your hand, that one.
The team believe the man is a worker. Now, checks reveal his claim for asylum was refused. He should have left the country. Instead, he has managed to keep a low profile until now.
I'm arresting you now as someone liable to be detained and removed from the UK. All your asylum's finished. We can now detain you to remove you from the United Kingdom. The fact that you haven't also complied with your reporting restrictions renders you liable for detention under the same power. What I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to search you, but we will do that through there, obviously, because there's quite a few people out there, so we'll try and keep it as low-key as we can. So if you will follow me through, and we'll just make sure you haven't got anything dangerous on you. Coming through, guys.
Today's operation is nearly over. It would seem that some members of the local community are keen to know the outcome.
But it's more just about out of curiosity, I think, at the moment than anything more difficult than that. So I don't really have a big issue with the people outside. But then again, it takes one person to start agitating a little bit of things and get difficult.
Coming back through.
The raid has resulted in just one arrest, but that could still be bad news for the manager of the pizza shop.
OK, this is a notice to you that you may be liable to a fine. You've got illegal workers here, OK?
Who's working here is illegal?
The man that was just put out in the van.
No, I told you he's not working.
Yeah, but two of my officers witnessed him out in your kitchen, unfortunately. Okay.
He's my friend.
But what will happen is this will go up to our people who deal with. Listen to what I'm saying a moment.
I can't sign it,
you don't have to. Let me finish.
Yeah. I can't. Yeah. He's not working. I can't sign this. There's nobody illegal working here. Okay. I'm not lying, yeah?
And there's your copy. Okay, I'll put refuse to sign at the bottom just so there's no misunderstandings. All right. All right, ready?
That's it. Okay, we're just going down here.
The worker, confirmed to be a failed asylum seeker, is removed on a flight back to Afghanistan. The manager of the pizza shop is served with a fine of £10,000. The UK Border Agency is constantly gathering intelligence on businesses believed to be employing illegal immigrants. For Officer Shepherd and enforcement teams around the country, going after them is a full-time job.
In the Midlands, over 70 law enforcement officers are preparing to raid a chicken factory they suspect are employing illegal immigrants.
Harm reduction, both nationally and...
It's 10 a.m. at the briefing for this massive operation.
We've received information which has been assessed by the UKBA and the police that's identified that up to 70 foreign nationals who are immigration offenders or suspected of being as such are currently employed.
Immigration officers have teamed up with the police, the Human Trafficking Centre and other government agencies. They're after illegal workers and their employers.
And bringing people in from former Soviet Union countries by providing them with false documentation is offering them new identities.
They're preparing for tough conditions. The chief immigration officer has been on hundreds of enforcement raids, some more dangerous than others.
It'll actually be me that enters the production floor and basically instructs all the workers to put their knives down. We've seen approximately 58 employees enter the premises this morning. For every illegal worker, the employer could face a fine of up to £10,000.
This one. Yes, go, go, go.
Have got a warrant to conduct a search of these premises today.
Stay there! Police! Police officers, everybody stay where you are! Everybody stay where you are! Stay where you are! Everybody stay calm! Everybody stay very, very calm!
The first job is to make the factory safe. Each worker has a razor-sharp knife a necessary tool of the trade, but a potential hazard on an operation like this.
Okay.
Yeah, just at the minute we're securing the premises to make sure all the officers are safe. And that means getting rid of all the knives and putting all the subjects to the left and right of the building, and nothing can happen in the spur of the moment, basically.
Okay, is there anybody here that's British? If you are, then could you put your hand in the air? If you're British, put your hand in the air. Nobody British.
The immigration team has a lot to search. They have to be fast and careful.
United Kingdom Border Agency!
Officer Carl Mason secures the top floor to seal off possible escape routes.
Excellent, fantastic. Can you take this seat for me, please?
I am. I'm just going to get my coffee and go for a fag meal.
OK, well, you're going to have to stay in here for the time being. Basically, what's happening now is the outer cordons aren't stopping anybody running away. We're sweeping downstairs, which is going to be the hardest bit because you've got all the workers down there, and we're just sweeping these offices.
I'm not going anywhere, John.
That's OK, no worries.
Just trust me.
I trust you implicitly.
Andy, if you can just identify whether there's anyone British over there.
On the ground floor, the chief immigration officer and his team are trying to establish the workers' nationalities.
All right, but everybody on the production line is a foreign national, as far as you're aware. All right, thanks very much.
Sorry, stop there, fit in there for me, OK?
It would appear that every single worker bar one is a foreign national. So the next thing that we'll be looking to do is try and identify which ones of those come from an EU country, because again, they'll be not be subject to immigration control.
Sir, where are you from? What country? What country are you from? What country are you from? Afghanistan, Iraq? No, nationality? Romania.
Keep moving down, please.
The chief has his own method of finding information.
And did you all move up from London together then? Yeah. Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Play the nice guy.
What sort of jobs did you do in London? Oh, right. So totally different then. Yeah, at the end of the day, if we don't come across too forceful, then more often than not, they'll just have a chat with us, and we can get a lot more information that way. What made you come and work for a chicken company then?
I didn't know that.
You didn't know? What were you told you were going to come and do?
Just to take care of chickens, that's it.
Oh, so you thought you'd be feeding them? I think they're a bit past feeding now. He was promised a job up here. That is quite important to us in that there are several allegations that maybe people are employed by this company. Some are given to believe that they'll be doing different types of work to what they actually end up doing.
Back upstairs, Carl Mason's team have found rooms which you wouldn't expect to find in a chicken factory.
Hello, sir.
Back rooms which look like they would have been chilled freezer units, chiller units, been used as accommodation for obviously people who are working on site. And just looking at the rooms, they're clearly not intended for this.
They find 4 small rooms, each with 2 beds, personal items, and other material.
What appears to be sort of counterfeit pornographic DVDs, depictions of bestiality. So, I mean, they're clearly illegal, so on police advice they're going to be seized and disposed of.
So far, the operation is posing more questions than answers. 69 people turned up to work here this morning, many of them suspected of being illegal workers.
This is your last one? That's a go. We've counted about 30 people that have admitted not being EU nationals. However, we have a lot of subjects that are Romanian, Bulgarian, and when they joined the EU, certain restrictions were put on their employment. They couldn't just come and work like a Spanish person can. They have to have registration cards to work. So what will be interesting now on the questioning upstairs will be, have you got the relevant documentation to work legally in the UK?
That's fine. Come through.
On big operations like this, the officers confiscate personal items like mobile phones.
Yeah, basically we've had instances where we've allowed people to use a mobile phone in a factory or a house, and what they've done, they've called the friends or a protest groups, and they've come round and basically it's caused a major incident where we've got protesters outside the house preventing us getting anybody out. We've arrested.
All the foreign workers are kept under close guard in the canteen.
We were going to have 10 at a time, weren't we? So we need some more. We need some more, don't we?
In the corridor next door, they set up a makeshift office to interview the workforce. With their mobile fingerprint machines and some interpreters, the detective work begins. Illegal immigrants will be arrested and face being removed from Britain. But who will stay and who will be leaving? The next phase is to check names and ID against the Home Office database to see who is working here legally or otherwise. So far, they've found 14 different nationalities, and interpreters are in short supply.
Elia, there's no point in trying to tell untruths about your situation. There's nothing to be frightened about. Okay.
Yeah, I was going to get one of my colleagues to. So what basis have you asked to stay in the UK?
The stakes are high. Illegal workers face being removed from Britain.
Your immigration status in the UK, why have you came to the UK?
Officer Andy Watt questions a Romanian. To understand him, she has an interpreter.
So you have no national insurance card now?
Romania is new to the EU and has restrictions on it. She's allowed to be here, but requires a registration card in order to work.
The next question is, how many hours do you work here every week?
16.
Okay. Can I ask you, how much are you paid here per hour?
So I don't know how much is per hour, but it's around 250 per week.
200, 250 per week, yeah?
She says she's been earning between £200 and £250 a week and working 50 to 60 hours. This is less than a legal minimum wage. But if she hasn't got a registration card, she faces a hefty penalty.
Are you paying a debt off to anybody for coming to the UK? No? Okay. Has your employer here ever threatened you in any way?
Hold your breath. Well done.
Upstairs in the factory's makeshift bedrooms, officers are searching the workers' belongings.
Leave it all there a second. Okay. If you take a seat there.
I've only got one for some reason.
They've already found fake ID cards and arrests have been made. They discover the woman being paid below the minimum wage is Romanian, but she doesn't have a worker's registration card.
Because you're from Romania, okay, certain restrictions are put on Romanian nationals working in the UK. Okay, and as such, you should have a work permit, a registration card to be in the UK. Okay, now there's a penalty notice for you working illegally in the UK. Okay, and the penalty amount that you will be fined is £1,000. Okay. The fixed penalty will go on your name, your date of birth and your nationality. That will be you, okay? So if you give me any wrong details on your postcode or address, it doesn't matter to me, okay? The penalty goes on your name and it will follow you about until you sort that penalty out.
She's free to go and will be able to work legally as long as she gets the right papers. The canteen is full of people waiting to be interviewed. Some less worried than others.
So we'll start again, we'll start slowly. This is your one and only chance for you to tell me the truth.
They're finding more fake documents.
Is this some sort of joke?
And more resistance to the immigration officer's questions.
I'm going to say it in English. this lady's going to say it in Romanian, okay? Either way, you'll understand it. If you don't start answering the questions, I'll arrest you. All right?
A pattern is emerging. A lot of workers claiming to be from Romania. The immigration team isn't convinced.
There's definitely a trend here in that an awful lot of what we believe are Pakistani nationals have produced Romanian identity documents.
I'm more Romanian than you.
What we'll be seeking to identify is where they got those documents from. Perhaps they're linked to the employer and perhaps they're not. But at the end of the day, that's a lot of interviews that we've got to do to establish whether that's a fact or not.
So you say you're Romanian?
Yeah, Romanian.
How did you qualify to be Romanian?
This man says he's from Romania and his work papers are up to date.
Are your mother and father Romanian?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they were born in Romania, were they? Yeah.
Officer Mason gives the Romanian a simple geography test.
Okay, tell me which countries are next to Romania?
Moldova.
Moldova.
Bulgaria.
Bulgaria, yeah. Well done, yeah. Any more? Yeah, any more countries next to Romania?
There are 5 countries that border Romania.
I won't give you any more details because I don't think it's going to be worth it.
And no records of this man's right to work.
You are not Romanian.
I'm not Romanian.
I know you're not Romanian. Yes, I know. So, what's your nationality?
What?
Where are you from? What country?
What country?
Yeah.
I not understand.
Okay.
My English is not in...
Your English was brilliant when we started. Do you speak Romanian?
Yeah.
You wait there. I'll get a Romanian interpreter.
You?
I will get a Romanian interpreter.
Your spider sense is tingling.
Yeah.
The next test, can he speak Romanian to an interpreter on the phone?
Explain to him in English. Marion, that gentleman speaks Romanian. You say you're a Romanian. You've only been here 1 week. I'm from Romania. Please speak to him.
Noroc. Noroc. Bilal Kore. Hi. Yeah.
Just making noises.
Come on. Yeah. Oh, that side.
Hello, sir. Okay, sir, I'm very sorry to have wasted your valuable time yet again. Well, thank you very much for your help. Okay, sir, cheers, thank you, bye. Okay, that's a Romanian interpreter. He says you're not speaking Romanian, he says you're speaking, well, nothing really. Marion, I know Marion's not your real name, but let's just stop, all right? Stop all the lies now, okay? I'll give you this one opportunity to start telling me the truth. Where are you from?
No, I am. You check identity.
Okay, no, I'm not bothered about your identity card. You've told me you're Romanian. You can't tell me the capital. You can't tell me what monetary units are used over there, okay? At the moment, all you're doing is getting yourself into trouble, okay? So what nationality are you? Don't insult me and tell you're Romanian.
No, I am not.
Okay, I believe you've entered the UK illegally. What's going to happen now is my colleague's going to arrest you. You'll be taken to a police station where you'll be interviewed further. Andy, can you arrest this guy, please?
Of the 69 employees, 19 were arrested, 4 have been removed. A further 10 are expected to follow once the paperwork is ready. The employer is fined £60,000. 5 were charged with possession of false documents, and the man who claimed to be Romanian has since absconded.